What's up, y'all? Angry Black Quarterback, episode number 7, Bye-Week Blues. Honestly, I don't really have that much to be sad about because the Birds won, just like I called it. Good game. We'll get into that. We'll have Andy on. 2.0 is going to come on. Elwood's in the process of moving, getting into his new house. So he's probably not going to be here today, licking his wounds. But Cowboys are still in pretty good shape. Dak coming back. We'll talk about that. I got a bunch of clips. I got a bunch of shit. It's been a crazy week. We're a day late because Zaddy got to go out and make that cash. So Zaddy had to go to work. Zaddy got to pay for shit. So I had to get that shit done. But thank you for coming here. Angry Black Quarterback podcast, episode number 7, Bye-Week Blues. We'll get right into it. I'll make it short and sweet. Birds won, up 20-0. We saw the same thing that we've seen from this Eagles team the past couple weeks, where they're really coming in, blowing people out in the second quarter. It's the most point. I'm going to go through some crazy stats, but it's the most points ever scored by a team in the history of the NFL through 6 games in the second quarter, which is super fucking weird. But then they've been outscored in the third quarter a bunch, so we'll chit chat on that. It's not just going to be all Cowboys. We got some Tom Brady news. We got an update on a crazy fucking story. I swear we were one of the first people to talk about it, and now there's a $100 million lawsuit about this chess master competition. This guy cheated and he used anal beads that would vibrate and let him know the moves that he needed to make, and he beat the number 1 player in the world, Magnus Carlsen. And now he's filed a $100 million lawsuit against this guy for using anal beads to cheat in chess. So we will get into that as well. Just to be petty like I always do, I gotta get into my clips. I gotta get into my clips, man. I mean, I'm so pumped. 6-0. It feels good, I'm not gonna lie. And we got, we beat them. This is still so good.
Go Eagles.
I found the longer clip of this. I'm still curious as to what he actually did, but he did something. And of course, I won't torture you with this, but the very long clip of, scam likely. I love how it's likely. It's never like this is, or we're not sure. It could be. It might be a scam. We can't promise it, but it's more than likely someone trying to steal your money. That's so vague. I love it. Won't make you watch that. Oh yeah, we got another NASCAR fight. We can run this clip a little bit. I mean, look at that. Whoop. Haven't played anybody yet. DeMarcus Lawrence got embarrassed a couple times. Eagles just looked really good. They need to figure it out and tighten this shit up. Look at this play by Kelsey. Come on, man. Get out of here. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck this shit. I'm not into it. Thank you, guys. I mean, they played good, but they could play better. Sirianni, that's fucking game. Fuck you. I mean, I'll admit it. We got embarrassed last year for sure. We absolutely got embarrassed. Both games. It was pretty sad. But to come back, win like that on the road, be 6-0, go into a bye week. We're going to learn more about the Cowboys over the next couple weeks. But I still think they should be favored a majority of this, but definitely their next two. Then I believe they have the Packers. Who knows who the Packers fucking are right now? But this is another good play. And you can hate the Eagles, whatever, but Nick Sirianni, if you've played any sports, he's such a likable coach because he's kind of trolly but not too overboard with it, but he definitely runs his fucking mouth, and you can appreciate that he kind of backs up his boys. I think he identifies with his locker room really well, and Jalen Hurts in these speeches looks good. But yeah, man, that was a hell of a game. Just bullied the ball down. Jason Kelsey just out here dropping fools, man, and he was hurt. So I mean, this Eagles team was able to just run the ball 11 straight plays of their last 13 to go down and win. I mean, that's such a good hit. And those are clean, but he's just stepping into him. He just plays the position so smart. And even whenever we lost Lane Johnson before he got hurt, I mean, it was just, we were mashing all over him. So coming out of this bye week, the Eagles should be in pretty good shape. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely excited. Fuck what you heard. Birds 6-0. Let's fucking go. All day. It makes me super happy. Now, I will say we did see Cooper Rush have a QBR of 1 in the first half. He threw 3 picks. I don't think we got a sack. We got a bunch of QB hits in. We definitely knocked them around a little bit towards the end. The defensive strategy by the Eagles got really soft and conservative in the second half. It was kind of obnoxious, and that's kind of one thing that will always drive Eagles fans insane. But they ended up pulling it out, and those pressures ended up being a third pick. Where was CeeDee Lamb? The running game was good. Zeke looked good. I'm not going to lie. He played better than Pollard. Their running game looked good. They ended up with more total yards, but those turnovers, they got so far behind 20-0 in the second quarter that there was pretty much, ended up being insurmountable. They had two really good drives. The Cowboys had two really, really good drives, long, 8-9 minute drives in the second half when you saw the Eagles do some 3-and-outs. But long term, what the Eagles were putting out, whenever they decided to run the ball again, there was nothing the Cowboys could do. And so we learned a little bit about this Cowboys defense. They can get after the quarterback, but DeMarcus Lawrence is above average, if average. Just he can get after the quarterback, but his ability to stop the run, and just what I'm looking at, like a well-coordinated offensive line, when he's getting smacked around. Good to blitz the passer, but they got really exposed when it came to the run game. But the Cowboys, that is. Got a bunch of other clips. So, yeah, I'm just going to say Pinocchio, and I got Mr. Goody. He's going to be coming in, which I'm pretty stoked about. Do I got you on? Oh, there we go. So we got you up. Let's switch back to full screen real quick. We got you on early. I know Joe's hella fucking late. He's putting in his picks right now because he's a jabroni and not paying attention. So that's kind of funny. But how are you, sir? How's life? We won't get into bets yet. Oh, he's ready. What? Oh, the early entrance, dude. Nice. And we got 2.0 with no camera. Oh, there he is. Golf hat and all. You sponsored, bro? Dude, are you trying to plug shit on my show, dude?
Yeah. We need to blur that out. Blur that out, dude, until the Cowboys starts paying us.
Well, technically, they paid him this summer. He's got so much Callaway shit, man. He got hooked up, not to blow up your spot or anything, but he.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
so, dude, they hooked him up fat with some dope stuff. He's got this awesome bag, and it was nuts.
Yeah, we never talked about that because my friend who has he's one of my best friends. He does all the music on our other podcast. But he has a golf blog. It's called 9 to 5 Golf, and he's asking me what your name was before now. And he because he gets hooked up too. That he does he's a scratch golfer. So just I didn't put two together.
Nice. Well, yeah, now we got everybody on. Were y'all able to watch any of these clips or anything like that? I put a bunch in there. I tried to do them early, but I want to run through some of them because we saw a bunch of games this week. Sorry about your Broncos again, man. Actually, let's just get into that real quick. How, it's rough. And I was looking.
Why do you have to put him through this?
Because he's a Broncos fan, and he was talking about Let's Ride, and now he's doing goofy sandwich commercials. What is going on with Russell Wilson?
He looked really good in the first half, but then second half he just shut down. So I don't know what happened with that.
It's so perplexing.
I don't know.
There's it's so bad.
So it's so funny because I think I've mentioned it before on the podcast that I drafted him as a rookie when he was third string. In my dynasty league, just because I was because I just won the year before. I was fuck it, let me ride with this dude, and then he's been my quarterback ever since. Then my sister is the general special events coordinator at Malibu Cafe, and they have these different bungalows, and Sierra and Russell Wilson came over while she was pregnant. And stayed there, and my sister was their maitre d', so he's just I got this weird place in my heart for him, but it seems like he's done, dude.
He's
done.
Super cringe, man.
Russell here, yes.
He's super cringe.
Yes, Russell.
And he's
Russell, the one
I'm playing a clip where he's I'm
real exciting.
Super boring, average Russell. I don't know, man. He just gives me weird vibes all the time.
I don't know what I could trade him for right now, in my dynasty league. Not a first round pick.
No, definitely not. You couldn't get. He's underperforming big time.
It's insane. Like it's really insane. Like the wheels came off quick. Like nobody's going to take like Russell Wilson for a first round rookie trade. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, in that division, the Chargers don't look that much better either, and I mean, they ended up winning, but they're not. I wouldn't say the Chargers. I mean, so right now I looked, all the teams that I have not making the playoffs or technically in the playoffs. The Cowboys are like what, 6 or something like that. They'd play the Bucks at 3. Then I think the Chargers are in, Colts are in, the Niners are in because the Niners are leading their division. But a lot of those divisions are like a total toss up. So the Broncos do have a chance to go and maybe snag a wild card spot, but it looks super rough right now. And they're not just putting up like enough points in general. Even like with the big first half, they still didn't put up enough points. I don't know.
I mean, do you think it's what Tim Patrick's not in the game? Like, I don't know what like they need like here to bail Russ out.
I don't know. Did you guys see that clip of that guy who was mountain climbing and got attacked by that bear and like fought this bear off while he's climbing? If you have the notes pulled up, it's like the second clip. It says man attacked by bear while climbing. It's the wildest shit ever. This guy is mountain climbing and this bear pops up out of nowhere while this guy, where is he?
Why is this on?
Dude, it's nuts. This guy's like climbing up. He's way up there. He's climbing, minding his own business. And this black bear comes flying from like way up top on this mountain, like down at him, kind of tumbles past him. And then it's like, whoom, he tries to scream at it. So it falls a little bit and then it keeps trying to get up at him. And this dude like fights it off. This fucking bear. Can you imagine? I saw this clip. That is the craziest shit I've ever seen. That is terrifying. And it's not like a huge bear, but like, I don't know. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's what freaks me out about hiking. Whenever people are like, oh, let's go hike in this deep, dark area where no one is, and there's these signs that say, beware bear, look out for fucking bears. I'm like, no, I don't want to go in there. What are you talking about? Why would we go in there?
Well, spoiler alert, you didn't ever share the documents with me, so I don't even know
dude, it's on the page, man. It's
no, what page? Like, there is no page.
Yes, there's the Angry Black Quarterback show notes, and which
I don't have it. It was never shared to me.
You're added as one of the people on the page, so no. you and a bunch of Joseph. There's other people who have access to this page where you can type your stuff in.
I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't exist.
I can try to reshare, man.
Okay, no, it's all good. Looking at 2.0 while he's watching this person get attacked by a bear.
Dude, it's crazy. It's nuts, dude. It's nuts, dude. Isn't it nuts though? That guy's a badass for fighting off a bear. That's insane. Because when you look and it pans out, this guy's so high up. He's not like super low to ground. This dude's fucking up there.
What's to do with anything?
Mountain climbing's a sport, and it's a crazy clip. It's a mountain climber being attacked by a bear who fights it off and then continues to go up. Like he's like, all right, going back about my shit. That's wild to me. And then you see how high up this guy is. That's insane.
Okay.
What does that have to do with anything? That is everything.
I thought this was a sports podcast.
It is. Mountain climbing is a sport.
No, it's not.
Yes, dude. If you're fighting off bears, that's insane.
I'll fight somebody who's a mountain climber who says it's a sport. Like,
oh man, I'll have to find this
let's
guy.
Go.
Like,
let's go right now.
Yeah, fight.
I'll put you in the cage, dude. Like, let's go.
No way, man. Come up. I don't know, man. I don't fuck around with bears like that. Bears,
you can't climb up the fucking octagon cage. Like, and escape the beatdown that I give you if, like, you claim that mountain climbing is a fucking sport. Get the fuck out of my face.
What do you think 2.0
Are you competing again?
Is mountain climbing a sport? Against the mountain itself?
I'd say no, because, like, with sports, you're competing against somebody. Like, it's
exactly.
An activity, it's a hobby, but, like, I wouldn't say it's a sport.
But I'd say that it's physically taxing, and not everybody could do it.
Right? Yeah, so what? Okay.
So it's like so is rock climbing a sport?
No, it's not.
But they have competitions where people race and do times and have courses. That's like So
No, I'm heated about this now. Um, uh, my ex-girlfriend, he hikes, uh, and it's like okay, but she's like literally just walking like on an incline, like in a rural setting. I was like, that's not you're not hiking. Like get that word out of here. That word is banned
well, and
in
so
the
if
People's
you're
Republic of Andy.
if you're climbing Mount Everest, that's not a sport because you're
No,
competing like.
that's no, that's hiking, I guess. Everest is, but like, don't tell me that you're hiking because you're like walking uphill slowly.
No, that guy's
Like,
well. What I'm saying is that guy's not walking up a hill slowly. If you look in the clip, that guy's like thousands of feet in the air on the side of a mountain, and he's walking. He's going up this mountain like climbing up rocks, and this bear runs at him.
Call it whatever you want to call it.
If Red Bull sponsors you, I feel like it's kind of a sport. It's even if it's an individual sport, it's still kind of a sport, right?
I don't know, dude.
Is like the guys who go well, no, I guess you couldn't. Is skydiving a sport? Like the guys who do the crazy tricks and all that. Okay, so I would agree that one's not, but I would definitely say mountain climbing is more physically taxing, where you're actually climbing a mountain. If you're climbing up and you're still racing the clock, you could still be the fastest person to climb something, couldn't you? So you'd be racing against the mountain and time itself. That's what Nat Hackett would tell you. Nat Hackett would tell you.
Nat Hackett would be like, no, I think that we should.
That's half of why he took the job in Denver. It's close to the mountains. He's like, I gotta hike that again. God damn it.
We're not gonna hike here. We're just gonna kick a field goal.
I just went to REI and bought a new pair of boots. God damn it. I gotta go hiking.
Russ, do you know where like a sober bar is around here? Because that's where I hang out.
Like, Russ, you're going hiking with me. You drive.
Russ.
No, I think that extreme mountain climbing, I feel like, is a sport. You can disagree, that's fine. But if you're doing something like that, go back and watch the clip. This dude's thousands of feet in the air. So that's like, I would not be climbing up like that to then be attacked by a fucking bear. If mountain climbing is not a sport, if you get attacked by a bear, it officially...
Does it have to be a sport? Does it have to be a sport for it to be like legitimate?
Well, you're questioning why
it's an activity. Good for you. Like, people can get attacked by bears, like, and doesn't have to be called a sport.
All right, I'll have to look into it. I'll look it up and see. And another little clip, but did you guys see? It's just an article that Robert Kraft got married to. Yeah.
And did you see that Tom Brady went to the wedding?
Yeah,
on Friday.
Yeah, so Tom Brady went to the wedding and then flew separately, stayed the night, flew separately from the team. There's the happy couple. I think I titled the article, what does it say? Handjob King gets married because he.
And then what happened? And then also, fucking Bill Belichick didn't go to the wedding.
Oh yeah, but they don't really like each other that much. I don't feel like they're that tight of homies.
That's the owner of his actual team. Like, Tom Brady doesn't even play on the team anymore.
Yeah, but they're buddies. Like, Bill Belichick wanted to get rid of him, and Kraft was willing to pay him whatever he wanted to stay, and he was like, "Nah, just let me go, Robert. Let me go, Robbie."
And Tom Brady doesn't practice on Wednesdays anymore, apparently, and then he takes off on Friday.
Dude, he's looking rough.
Dude.
And he played like shit. They played like shit. There's this clip of him cussing people out on the sideline.
You bastards really need to start blocking better. I'm serious. On that last drive, a defender sacked me. And a little bit of poop came out of my ass. I'm really scared of all right? I'm really scared of my diaper.
And more than I would have hit the parlay.
Yeah, I was looking. You had a good parlay. Yours, I was like looking, and I was like, damn.
I finally hit the long shot parlay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Every single team in the 5-team parlay hit except for fucking Tom Brady's wedding.
Well, he was at some weird creepy wedding at Robert Kraft's weird creepy wedding. He's back here looking like he's just, I don't know. Everything about him seems off and weird right now. Going through a divorce. Kind of feel bad for the guy, but also like I've said before on this podcast, I think he's like the consummation of like a poor sport. He throws fits. He cusses people out. It's like, dude, you haven't been practicing. You didn't fly down with the team. You went to Robert Kraft's creepy wedding, partied your ass off, stayed there, then flew down by yourself. And it's our fault you're playing like shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude. And you have the audacity to cuss us out on the sideline. Like that mystique is bullshit. Like that mystique's bullshit. Like you can't do that. Like
no. Let me just come at you real quick because Aaron Rodgers doesn't do that now that he like took ayahuasca and like it's like
he's never really been like a throw a tantrum to the level of Tom Brady. No,
are you fucking kidding?
No, dude, Tom Brady's like next level in throwing temper tantrums. We literally just saw him. His best receiver get suspended.
Aaron Rodgers is a dick.
Aaron Rodgers is a dick, and he'll say some asshole shit on podcasts.
But he's no longer a dick, and it's like, okay, well, maybe you need to be kind of a dick.
Well, okay, but I mean, in comparison, like Tom Brady might say all the right things whenever he's in some press conference and he's super PC, as where Aaron Rodgers will say un-PC things which will make him a dick. Like he'll say something on a radio show, he'll say something to somebody like, "Oh, these young receivers got to get it the fuck together." He'll say something like that that's like obvious, where he's not stating something that's totally out of bounds, but he might offend someone. Tom Brady pretends like he doesn't offend anybody at all, but he walks around and starts talking shit to people on the defense, and his wide receivers come and cheap shot people. Or he's running his mouth and smashing tablets on the side and breaking shit and throwing his helmet and cussing people out. We're like, that's totally not, like, I don't know. It goes against what we would be taught.
No, okay, let me give you another, like a better example. Fucking Russell Wilson, who just clapping his fucking hands and like, let's go, next one, it's like, shut the fuck up, dude. It's like, get like your shit together. Don't fucking come over here and like clap your fucking hands like in front of me, like, like we're out here like dying, like, to like make sure that like this fucking like game like goes out in our favor. Like, I don't know, like there's just certain like things like Tom Brady needs to calm the fuck down a little bit. Yeah. But at the same time, like, I don't need him like rah-rahing people.
Well, yeah. Either. Well, I mean, like, and my buddy Troy just said, and it's true. He said he doesn't need to practice that much, and Tom Brady doesn't necessarily need to practice that much. But it's a bad look, just as a leader. If you're out there, you're cussing out your players, you're playing bad, you haven't been there as much. Tom Brady this year has probably brought on. This might be the most distractions Tom Brady's been around in a long time playing football, and a lot of those distractions for him are self-imposed, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of like the issues that he's having, or like, they're off on their timing. They do have injury issues and they are missing pieces, I guess, but their defense has been good. He's played subpar. He's played pretty bad. So it's like, while he might not need to practice as much, like when you're playing like how he's been playing this year, you better be fucking practicing, dude. That's not a good look if you're at a wedding partying the night before. That's just like, if anybody else did it, if Aaron Rodgers did something like that, people would grill the fuck out of him. You would not hear the end of it it would be next level with the bullshit he would catch for something like that.
That what I was going to say is like Kobe Bryant, notoriously not the greatest teammate. But guess what? He was in the fucking gym, like, at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you could never question that. But now you have Tom Brady being a shitty teammate and also not in the gym. It's like, well, what the fuck are we doing?
Where are you at, bro? And that's just, it's not a bad, it's not a good look long term for him and for this team. And they're missing a lot of pieces on offense. You'd think he'd be labbing and putting in extra time with these guys, but it's like the polar opposite. He's like, oh, he doesn't practice on Wednesdays anymore. Like, oh, okay. Like, that's fine. And then he sits up there. He's like, oh, I'm going to play till I'm 50. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, Tom.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off, dude. Like, I'm so, like, and I get it. He's like the greatest champion ever and whatever. But, man, I've been wanting this. I'll be so happy when he's gone. Not because I'm some hater, but I'm just so tired of, like, the shtick and so tired of the bullshit. And I want something, like, new. I'll be happy when Aaron Rodgers retires, too, honestly. And I love Aaron Rodgers. He's great. But I'll be happy when his ass is retired and at least we don't have Drew Brees walking around with his fucking hair plugs trying to be like, oh, yeah, who dat? I'm like, fuck off, Drew. Like, we get it. Cool. Like, fuck off. right into the sunset.
Hasn't he already fucked off? Like,
yeah, no, it's been. I think this is the second year. It's the second year, and he got his
No, I know,
haircut
but,
took,
like,
and he's not wearing a helmet anymore, so
but
it looks good.
he doesn't have like a media gig anymore.
No, he does. I thought he was with CBS. I mean, that's why he got the hair, dude. He got his hair. Drew Brees has got some sort of TV gig, unless he left it recently.
Has he?
Yeah, he was doing something. I think it was CBS. That's the whole point of the hair, man. He got his hairline back.
I know he was like on like NBC like last year, but I haven't seen him around.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't really watch. A lot of these guys have gigs, and you like never know if you don't see them regionally. So he could be doing regional Fox games for New Orleans, and they'd be like, "Oh man, I love."
That's a tough.
Yeah, tough gig. Yeah, but I've never liked his sideline demeanor. He's always been the most like off-putting out of everyone, where he seems like a poor sport. Like he just seems like a fucking poor sport to me, and
also he's getting divorced from his wife.
Well, no, I mean now I feel like it's just kind of
he has multiple. Yeah, now he's like angry.
Yeah, now he has. It's almost like he has reasons to not play, and now he's playing, and it doesn't look like it's working out too well for him. It's like all coming to a head. He should have just retired.
The team is good. The team's fine. Like
they're okay.
He just needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, but I mean, their defense is really what it's been. I've never really been sold on their offense. I know it's like playoff money and Leonard Fournette, but I think if you match up well against them and you can really get physical and get after the quarterback, I don't like their chances. Tom Brady throws the ball like 35 plus times. Like they're losing that game. I don't care who.
But that's every single game.
Yeah, that's been every single game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the last couple of years when he was on the Patriots, that's what their offense became, is he was throwing the ball a lot of dink and dunk bullshit, and you watched him go, and they went 14-2, but they lost in the playoffs. Like they kept choking. That's why he got the fuck out. Like he doesn't have.
But like there's real badass professionals whose careers matter to them on that defense, and I like just because Brady's doing whatever the fuck he does, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if he can't stay on
they're not giving up on this season.
Well, no, they're not going to give up. I don't think they would, but I'm saying I don't think that they. And this is where I think, not to get real off topic, but one of the big mistakes that Tampa's done is they haven't invested in a quarterback for the future, and they haven't really paid a lot of their big assets yet, or a lot of good players that are pivotal. They haven't played, Tristan Wirfs, their best offensive lineman. They lost their left guard, who was an All-Pro. Their center they just paid has a blown-out knee. They have an old left tackle they're overpaying. Then they have two aging, like Mike Evans is definitely an aging wide receiver. He's still good, but they restructured his deal. And then Godwin, you don't really have a tight end. And all these players on defense haven't been paid, like Devin White, Winfrey, Murphy Bunting. They just played Carlton Davis, but they haven't really paid anybody on their defense where some of their big players could like walk. I mean, when you think Devin White was the difference between them winning the Super Bowl and not winning the Super Bowl, their young middle linebacker, and they still got to pay that guy. He's going to get fucking paid. They still don't have a quarterback. Like they need to invest in their future.
Is Godwin not paid?
I think he didn't get franchised again. I think he got some sort of deal. Evans restructured, but they lost their tight end. They haven't paid like their middle linebacker. They haven't paid their best safety. They just paid one of their corners. They have an aging other middle linebacker in Levante David. They're missing pieces, and they're arguably their best offensive player besides Tom Brady's their right tackle, and he's on his third year of a rookie deal. So just in your right tackle, your middle linebacker, and a safety who could all potentially ask for top 3 at their position. That's going to be rough, especially then like Mike Evans can't be there for forever. There's been so much hinging on Tom Brady being there for them that while they made a bunch of moves to acquire a team that did get a Super Bowl, as that team's lost pieces or as people have aged, they haven't done anything to really adjust. Like you could make a case the offense hasn't looked the same since they lost Antonio Brown, which is crazy to say, but since they lost that good slot receiver who could get open and get yards after the catch like Antonio Brown, they haven't really done much. They got Cole Beasley for a week, and then he left.
I think they're cool with like not winning another Super Bowl for 20 years. Like, it's Tampa Bay, dude.
Yeah, I know. I have a Tampa friend who says that, and that's so annoying to me. I'm like, man, that's so like depressing and sad.
Yeah, they're like we got the Super Bowl, we're good. But let Tom die like out on the field, and who cares?
Yeah. All right. And we had another NASCAR fight. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Bubba Wallace and this dude got into a fight this weekend. There was a clip before that I played of this one dude getting in a NASCAR fight, and Bubba Wallace was attacking this guy. Somebody was saying he should be arrested for assault, but there's been like 10 NASCAR fights. I know you guys aren't big NASCAR dudes, but have you ever watched NASCAR? Would you go to NASCAR? Are you a big NASCAR guy, Schultz? Do you bet on it? What?
No, I don't bet on it.
I was like,
but
I wonder.
But I definitely would go.
I see. I've been to like one, and that was forever.
I mean,
ago.
F1 is where it's at. Obviously.
Yeah, my sister was dating or something, was hanging out with this British dude who was super into F1 and got her into F1. It's pretty sweet, man. I would go to an F1 race. I mean, they have them at what?
I would go to NASCAR. Yeah, I would go to either. Like, I'm sure it's like a party. It's like fun. Like, I'm down for parties. Like,
get some field tickets. Get some field tickets for a NASCAR race.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just like get like a Winnebago and like.
I did go. I mean, they did ban the Confederate flag, so I would be more comfortable going now than I was before.
Why is that?
Oh no! Just whenever they were banning the Confederate flag, NASCAR.
Please explain.
No, NASCAR had to take a stance whenever there was in like 2020 or whatever. They had to take a stance. They were like, we're banning the Confederate flag from our events.
Talk to me more about Confederate flags. Like, why does that bother you?
I wonder why do you think it would bother me?
It's not really anything.
But I would go. I would probably go to one. But I would if I win, I'd want to gamble on it. I wonder what the action's like on NASCAR races, or is that disappointing?
That is true. That is like one thing I've never gambled on. Now that you brought it up, I didn't even think about it.
Because you could pick like, I wonder if there's like action pick like 4 people in the top 10 or something like that. There's got to be there's got to be all sorts of stuff where you could have like place finishes. Like, that'd be nuts. I bet you could do a lot of crazy shit. There's a lot of action. So this happened because I guess he got rammed into the wall. Bubba Wallace got rammed into the wall, and after he got rammed, they pulled over, and he just ran up and like slams the shit out of this dude. Here's the crash. So he tried to like pass him and bumped him, and Bubba Wallace chased after him and like spun him the fuck out, and then he just runs up and shoves the shit out of him. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah,
he got suspended for it.
Bubba Wallace gets into fights all the time.
Boom, dude, he shoved his ass hard, bro, in that McDonald's Golden Arch. Like, that's next level. I'm all about that. Like, that's awesome, dude. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And who's he? Hendrick Card. What's his?
You guys are all millionaires, and you might die like just driving. So like, push me, I guess. Like, who cares?
Yeah, Hendrick's Auto Shop. So or car shops. This dude's just got like, he's like almost not sponsored. Run up on you with the golden arches, dude. He deserved that. Boom, bro. So I'm all about it. NASCAR fights are the shit because everybody's crazy. Like you're saying, everybody's adrenaline's going nuts because they're.
Yeah, you're like literally like you're going to die.
Yeah, like like on particular days, they're just playing tribute videos of people who've died at this track. And
if somebody came up to me and was like wanted to fight me, like, okay, I almost just died like for the last 5 hours.
And it is pretty G because he kind of bumped him into the wall, so he just took off and like clipped his ass, which I'm kind of like more for. That's pretty badass. That's saying like fuck you.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still get paid no matter what. I think they make more money in sponsorships than anything else. So whether they finish or not. Now I feel like it's a small circle. I wonder how you get into that. Do you start out like doing? I've always wondered this. Now, like NASCAR, I feel like it's a family thing. But we're monster trucks. Like, how do you get into building monster trucks?
No, it's not even a family thing. It's like you go into like they have these like circuits that like you get into like so you like you go up like on go-karts.
No, I know that.
Truck,
it's just
yeah, but it doesn't have to be a family thing. It's like Bubba Wallace, isn't that the black guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
the black guy. Wow.
Well, is he not the black guy?
I think so, probably.
Yeah, like but he didn't have any fucking like pedigree. You know, he just like earned it.
No, definitely. I mean, I know that you get into like really young and do like the go-karts and stuff. That's just like super nuts. That's got to be such a commitment long term that it would have to be some sort of family thing. Because if I wanted to race go-karts when I was like 8 because I wanted to be a NASCAR driver, your parents have kind of got to be all into that with you because you're not going to be able to pay for that shit.
There's a documentary on Netflix of Bubba Wallace that I watched, and it like shows his come up. Like, no, he was just kicking everybody's fucking ass, like as like a 10-year-old. They're just like, I guess you have to like go to the next level because you're better than everybody else.
That's what you got to do is find somebody who is, you know, like gonna sponsor. You got to find some old guy who's like, you got some speed out there. I want to get you a car and we'll sponsor you. You know, on some like cash for gold store or some shit.
And then they put a noose in his fucking garage.
Yeah,
and then they claim like actually that wasn't.
That's just how we tie knots in garages.
Exactly what they said.
It's a garage knot.
The FBI got involved and they're like, I guess it's not wasn't supposed to be racist. It's like, okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Great. Good job by everybody.
They're like, but we're gonna ban the Confederate flag, and everyone was like, oh man, I don't want to do that. Why would you ban the Confederate flag? That's like, you should have a Confederate flag car. I'm not. Oh yeah, I'll have to tell you that off air. It's a little too personal, but there's somebody who had to give me a.
Just super patriotic to rock the Confederate flag. Like literally the people who wanted to end the country.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Nice, dude. Yeah. We need to look that up. Can we look up NASCAR?
Confederate flags?
No, NASCAR. No, I just have to like go walk in the neighborhood or something. No, can we like NASCAR betting lines, man? I want to see what type of action we can get on like stock racing.
Yeah, we got to get the 2.0 robot on there.
Yeah, like I don't think you want to be betting. Yeah, dude, that's like mega robot level. The robot would be perfect for that.
That'd be hard.
What? Yeah, how hard? What is he gonna be like? Oh, how he does on a hard track?
On golf tournaments. Like, so like on the golf tournaments, we'll bet like top 10, top 5, or whatever. So I feel like you could do that with NASCAR.
I wonder if there's like who's gonna get in a fight bets, you know, like who's like or who's gonna crash. There's got to be all types of wild shit.
Some like player props on who's gonna get a fight.
What's the pace car gonna be? What color's the pace car? What color's the pace car? But that's like degenerate level gambling. Like, oh, I gotta put 5,000 on it being black, baby. I gotta put it down, and then you just lose everything.
That's like betting on like what color is like the Gatorade that they dump on the coach at Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a sick bet though.
Okay, but it's once a year. Yeah. Wayne Gretzky's wife got fined by the FBI because she bet on if it was heads or tails on the Super Bowl coin toss.
So why did she get fined?
Yeah, why'd she get fined for that?
She bet $25,000 or $50,000 on it, and that's illegal.
That's a shit ton of money.
This is like 10 years ago. It was like before sports like gambling was like more widely accepted.
We were talking about
like
Belichick.
It was a problem. It was a big problem for her.
We were talking about Belichick, and there's a clip of, I guess there's this rookie who recovered a fumble, and he tried to give it. I don't know if you saw this clip, but I guess he recovered some fumble and tried to go up to Bill Belichick in the middle of this game and like give it to him like some macaroni necklace or some bullshit, like walk up, and Bill Belichick's like, get the fuck out of here, and kind of pushes the guy away. I kind of feel bad, but he looks like super confused. You have to look the clip up, but this guy, he recovers his fumble and he walks up and he's trying to be super sweet and give Bill Belichick this football, and he looks like absolutely heartbroken whenever he's walking away because Bill Belichick's just like, get the fuck out of here, dude. But he doesn't say anything. He just looks at him and pushes the ball away and pushes this kid away. I think it would be tough to play for Bill Belichick.
I don't, because I feel like he does, like, he's not gonna talk to you.
What a weird circle.
Unless you're fucked up, like unless you're fucking up, like
yeah, but
you just get your shit done. And he's like, good.
Yeah, but what a weird circle of dudes, man. Tom Brady, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick. That's such a weird group of dudes, man. Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel. Those are some weird motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, it's like a weird like Masons like type of club.
Yeah, they're all Freemasons.
They're not Freemasons, but they're like you know a peripheral.
Yeah. And then we got MLB baseball going on right now. There's this clip.
That's right. Phillies, shout out.
There's a video of this guy, this Padres fan, and he's giving all these other Padres fans a high five. And then he literally looks at this one dude. I guess he's wearing a Dodgers hat, and he goes from a high five and just goes, it might be like one of the best middle fingers I've ever seen in my life. It's so exaggerated. I'm surprised that guy didn't try to punch him. But I think that's going on right now. Astros were up on the Yankees. How are the Phillies doing right now?
It was 1-1 yesterday.
Okay. So, I mean, we got that going on right now. I'm like, meh, I'll wait till the World Series. It's all, but I mean, you know, the Padres are in it. It's the first time in a long time that the Padres have been in the World Series. So that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Fuck the Astros.
I lived in San Diego for like 5 years. And so for it to be Padres, Phillies, yeah. Pulling at my heartstrings.
But yeah, I mean, and sorry if anyone's a Stros fan, but fuck the Astros. I hate the Astros.
Them.
I hate the Astros. So
yeah, we're not hating on like Houston, like as a city.
They're
like,
just
you know,
yeah.
Shout out, like it's just a shitty ass fucking organization.
Well, and just like the fan base, and they're just like, I don't like the like. Yeah, well, so we cheated. Yeah,
Steve Baker needs to go eat his fucking like toothpick. Like I was watching him yesterday. Like he was just like. The way he does his toothpick, I'm like, I hope you swallowed that, dude. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? His cut. Okay, real quick. His nephew was living in San Diego with me, like at the same time as me. He used to, David Baker is his name, and he one time tried to. So you know our girl Susie.
Yeah.
She's the one person who moved to San Diego at the same time as I did, like for college.
Okay.
She gave me her spare key to anytime I wanted to drive her Camaro, I could. And, like, shout out for her. David Baker tried to come into my dorm room and steal the fucking key, and he was walking around the parking lot like trying to click the button and got arrested by the cops.
What? That is crazy.
Yeah, Dusty Baker. Yeah. Good job, Astros.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Dusty Baker's an old fuck, man. He's been around for forever. Like, forever. But that's what you can do. Baseball's like a small little frat club. It's like where it's like they just recycle dudes. It's like, how many times have you heard of like a new, he's never been a coach before, hockey coach in the NHL? I feel like it's all the same guys. They just move around.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it's, you know, it's too much. Yeah, I mean, we're talking, I put it back up. I just have the bear clip running in the background because it's mind-blowing, and you're wrong. Rock climbing's a sport. If it is, it's an extreme sport. Just like extreme mountain biking. If mountain biking...
Are you racing up the mountain?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be trying to. If you have to like hook up, if you fall and you can die, that's some sort of sport. If golf's a sport, I don't think if golf's a sport, then mountain climbing's a sport.
Of course, it's a sport because you're playing against it. Yeah,
but you can play golf by yourself. But you can play golf by yourself and play against yourself.
That's fine. You
guys both got so offended when I said golf. Joe Setup was like, "What'd you say, motherfucker? I'm trying to secure this Callaway golf sponsorship, and you're over here talking shit."
I could throw a football against a wall, like, you know, doesn't mean it's not a sport.
Mountain climbing like that is definitely a sport. You're just a hater. All right.
Nah.
Well, that was clips for now.
We banned them from the sports.
How dare you? Oh, I have your sound effect. All right, so we're going to get into bets now. All right, we're getting into bets. We got bets. So you kind of already spilled the beans. It sounds like, well, we'll start with Goody first. It sounds like you hit some of your shit this weekend and then you missed something else. So tell us what happened. Did you make some of the money you owe me back?
I made all of it and some.
Hey.
Hey. So my long shot parlay came through. I'm trying to pull it up here. Make sure I get the right one. I don't know. So this is last week. Anyways, it came through. Fuck. Do you have it pulled up?
Oh, I can pull it up on my phone. I got you.
Well, I'm just like, which one? I'm like, which one did I?
Let me see.
Okay, I think I have it. All right. It was Patriots Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so Patriots over Browns, Giants over Ravens, Seahawks over Cardinals, plus 1,400. Boom. Boom. Hit.
Finally.
Okay, but that pays for everything that I've ever even said.
No, I know, but that's great. You were saying last episode, if you hit one of those, it'll be great, but you haven't hit anything like that yet, so you're going to keep trying to.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, so now we're up
Boom.
for the season.
Let's go.
And then my 5 team was Eagles, Bills, Chargers, Rams, Buccaneers.
Yeah. And
And
Tom Brady choked, lost by 2. Were those
to the Steelers.
Those were
to the fucking Steelers.
And what was that, like, money line? What'd you have? What was the
Trubisky? Yeah, that's all the money up. Trubisky and Pickett are gonna fucking beat you.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face, dude.
He was
You're done.
hungover. He was hungover, man. All right, so you hit one, you missed the other, but you're up for the season. You're sitting good.
Yeah, so I was doing the math. I think we're up like I think we're up like 2-3 units, something like that.
Well,
Like total. So we've covered so far.
okay.
But now we're gonna spend some units.
All right, what are your picks this week?
So this week we have your Baltimore Ravens minus 280. This is these are all favorites, so it's gonna be a 5-team parlay.
Okay.
Okay. So Ravens at home over the Browns. Dolphins at home over the Steelers. I feel like everybody should be beating the fucking Steelers besides the Buccaneers, apparently.
Tua will be back, correct? Tua is back for that game? Yep.
I don't know who the quarterback
I think Tua is back. He's cleared. He's supposed to play.
Yeah. I think it's like the first time like like 4 of their starting quarterbacks have been knocked out. Like they're like running out of quarterbacks. And then okay, and fuck, I don't even know why I have this in here anymore. But okay, so it's Ravens, Dolphins, and then the Cowboys. I feel like Cowboys are the second best team in the league, to be honest. Like maybe the Bills. Like it's Eagles, Bills, and then everybody else. But I think the Cowboys are right there. And then I have the Raiders at home over the Texans. That's easy money. And then I have the fucking Buccaneers.
I'm booing you right now because you are I think you're a closet Cowboys fan.
I am. In a
What?
weird way.
Ew.
In a weird way. I like some of the guys on their team. Like I could hate on them all damn day, but it's just I don't know. Like that defense, like I would like to go to party with. That's the way I think about it.
All right. Well, no.
But I picked the Buccaneers. But
All right,
I
so
mean,
you got...
I just feel like the Panthers are like in such a fucking dark hole. Like they're trying to like.
No, they just sent Robbie Anderson off to the Cardinals because he got kicked out of the game last week, and it was like balled up his fists like he was about to knock his coach out.
Yeah, and they're trying to trade McCaffrey. Like I really thought that they had something like, kind of, like I think we were saying like Panthers, Texans, Like, it's like
Yeah,
people are like,
they're
yeah,
saying
I don't
maybe
know how good they are, but no.
they're saying that the Eagles could trade one of their first round picks to go get Christian McCaffrey, and that would be
Why would we do that?
because he's $1 million on the cap this year, and he's $11 million against the cap next year. So if you added him to the roster on our team right now this year, it would only cost us $1 million in cap space. Remember, next year we have $39 million in cap space, and we have the number right now 5 overall pick.
No, shut the fuck up.
So we could trade our pick, which right now is looking like it's in the 20s, and we could still keep our top 5 pick.
In the 20s, it's in the 30s. And also,
oh yeah, I guess technically it's in the 30s. We'd have to win the Super Bowl, but yeah, or make it there. But yeah, somewhere it could be anywhere
which
from
we
the 20s
will.
to 30s.
No, I just feel like you'd fuck up the locker room. Like, it's such a good locker room, in my opinion, right now. It's like everybody.
Yeah,
like,
no, I can
is
see
right.
that. But I mean,
don't
Miles
need
Sanders isn't going to be with
I don't
us.
need the white boy like running back to come in here and tell me what to do. Like,
But but I do feel like if we had like next year, Miles Sanders will probably not be an Eagle. So if you have the opportunity to get some, well, his contract's up. We didn't re-sign him. He's not extended. So right now, that's why he's part of the $39 million in cap space. That's why I've said we either gonna trade for somebody like Christian McCaffrey, or we're gonna draft somebody like B.J. Robinson or the running back from Michigan. One of these like running backs with one of our picks in the first round. We'll probably draft a running back because then we'd have him locked up for cheap.
Is he's not available.
You don't think we have the number 5 pick right now? So if we wanted to use that on a running back, we could.
I know, but
I think we'll probably use it on a tackle. We'll probably use it on some sort of offensive lineman. But if we wanted, we could get an offensive lineman and we could get a running back who's a first round talent and lock him up for the next 5 years, like we just did Miles Sanders, to where then that's the cheapest option for running back is get them when they're young and cheap before you have to pay them. So that means we could draft another running back, draft another tackle. We already paid Mulata. Whoever we get at right tackle is going to be cheaper than Lane Johnson. We already have our center that's cheaper than Kelsey and the guy we just drafted. So we could have a pretty young offensive line in the like if we go about it right. But we should definitely draft a running back or trade back with our second pick. Either draft a running back or trade out of it and get either a first next year, or we trade the 5th pick back and we get more. Like we keep stockpiling picks or we use both of them on a lineman and a running back. Because we're good at linebacker, we're decent at corner, and we could get corners in the second round. We have a lot of other picks, but I mean,
I'm just like coming to terms with you don't think Miles Sanders is going to be on the team.
Well, I just don't think. I think that he's going to be.
I drafted him as a rookie.
I think it's going to be. I think he's playing. I mean, he's great, but it depends on what his market value is and what he wants. We have Gainwell, who's really good, and he's in his second year. Boston Scott's cheaper. We're running back by committee. And if he wants premier running back money and he wants to go take a bigger deal somewhere than we can offer to give him, we have to let him take that deal. Like, right, we can't expect him to not, because we still.
I'd say roll out the red carpet.
Who would you rather have 3 years from now, Devontae Smith or Miles Sanders? You'd want Devontae Smith. Really?
I'm a bad person to be asking this question.
Well, I mean, because this is the healthiest Miles Sanders been in years.
I know, but I could see Devontae Smith like snapping a leg, and then it's like, okay, you're not Devontae Smith anymore.
Don't say that, man. Skinny Batman. How dare you?
There's a reason why his name is Slim Reaper. It's because he's fucking slim.
Yeah, if KD can do it, he can. So you said your long shot. Run through those 5 again.
Yeah,
and then we'll get into Joe's. We always go off on tangents.
I know. Sorry. So Ravens, Dolphins, Cowboys, Raiders, Bucks. These aren't long shots. These are all favorites.
Okay.
And then I've got the 3-team money line parlay of long shots, like the long shot parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the one that we just hit plus 1,400 on last week. New York Giants over the Jaguars. Colts over the Titans. And then this game that's going on right now, Saints over the Cardinals.
Okay.
All of them are road teams. Together, that's a plus about 1062.
Okay. All right. Well, those are Mr. Goody's picks, everybody. Give him a little round of applause. Congrats on hitting that big money. That's pretty awesome. How did we do 2.0?
So, so we went 1-3, down 2.1 units. Quick recap: the Cardinals at Seahawks over 50.5. Was not even close. That was a bad read. Broncos team total under 20.5. That did hit. Looked like it wasn't gonna hit at first, but then the Broncos offense disappeared in the second half and worked out well. Overtime had me nervous. Overtime had me really nervous. But
Yeah.
can always count on Russell Wilson to not do anything. So.
Sure. Oh, that's right.
Then Bills at Chiefs. We had Chiefs +3. They ended up losing by 4.
Yeah.
A lot of points left up on the board. It could have gone either way. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then with the teaser, we went 2-2 in the teaser. The Bears +6 hit. Bucks lost outright to the Steelers. Jags did cover +8 at the Colts. And then 49ers lost outright to the Falcons, so that did not hit either.
All right.
But feeling good about this week. I'm feeling good. I got 4 plays.
Okay, we got 4 plays this week for Joey's Stone Cold Cut Combo on rye coming at you hot. Cider fries. Don't ask for any fucking ketchup because we don't have it. You eat them how they come. Locks of the week.
So,
Mayonnaise?
first up,
Of course it comes with mayo. You an idiot. What's more of an aioli? It's like a garlic aioli. Hey, you know, but anything you mix with mayonnaise is basically an aioli. Oh. Gabagoo. All right. Locks of the week.
How's that not racist?
It's not. Hey, it's not. If I wasn't good at it, maybe. But you know, my accent, it's not too bad. So therefore, it's not that offensive. Hey. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, let's go. Your locks of the week.
all right. Going back at it, we got Jets at the Broncos. We're going Jets money line at +105.
Ooh.
So this is just a fade of Denver, of a bad Denver team. Pains me to say it, but we are not good this year. Russell Wilson was day-to-day. He was limited at practice after injuring his hamstring against the Chargers. Looks like he is going to play, but he's not going to be at 100%. I don't know if he can get much worse. But if he's out there, it'll still be better than Brett Ripien, our backup. Broncos defense is one of the top teams in the league against the pass, but against the run, they're only average. So I expect the Jets to establish the run game with rookie Breece Hall, who's getting better and better every game. The Jets defense has only been allowing 15.7 points per game in the last 3 games, and I think they'll be able to hold their own against our anemic offense. Broncos defense always keeps them in a close game, but I think the Jets will ultimately get the win at the end.
Jets look good, man. Zach Wilson banging moms and winning games right now, dude. And Elijah Moore has supposedly requested a trade because he's not getting the ball that much. So they win 3 games in a row, and now they have people being like, "Get me out of here! I'm not getting the ball." But they look good. Their defense is really good. They have a nasty defense like Quentin Williams. They've always been able on their D-line to get after the quarterback, and now you're seeing some offense. Breece Hall's been killing it. He looks super legit. The running back from, what was it, Iowa? Is that where he was? Was Breece Hall? No, or he was Michigan State.
Yeah, I think it was Michigan State.
Yeah. So he's.
I drafted Elijah Moore last year as a rookie, and then I drafted Garrett Wilson this year as a rookie. Elijah Moore put up 0 points, 0 catches last week.
1 target last week.
It would be the best thing that ever happened to me is that he gets traded, because then I don't have to have 2 fucking wide receivers on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, this is a separate debate, but is Zach Wilson a more likable Mormon than what's his name?
Lance.
No. What's it? He plays for the Saints. He went to BYU as well. What's his name? He's like the gadget
Taysom?
guy. Yeah, Taysom Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill. Because they're both BYU quarterbacks. Taysom Hill was legit at BYU. He just had like rubber knees, and then all of a sudden he can.
He's on the screen right now.
He is. There you go. I talked it into existence.
Just look to my left.
And he's just looking over you. So then obviously you have to answer Taysom Hill because he's literally fucking watching you right now through the sky cam, just staring at it from afar. Like, what is Taysom Hill staring at? Well, I'm not really sure, Dan, but
Fucking like 90 yards.
He just threw a 90-yard pass. Hell yeah, man! There's whenever
Somebody did. That was crazy.
Zach Wilson's more of like the bad boy of the Mormon quarterbacks or BYU quarterbacks, like the Detmer boys, Steve Young. Taysom Hill's like really likable, and he's like a gadget guy. You know, everybody likes the gadget guy.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's kind of like the bad boy, man. He's kind of the leather jacket wearing bad boy. Well, all right, so you got Jets over Broncos. That's very brave of you. We're very proud. That's great.
I think that's a solid pick.
That's very brave of you. The Jets are playing big, and yeah, you know, I think they're gonna ride into Denver and beat the Broncos. All right, what's your next one?
Oh, real quick, Breece Hall went to Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay. I said Iowa,
Right,
so I was closer first, but yeah.
We got the Steelers at the Dolphins. We're taking Dolphins -7 at -110. The Dolphins do get Tua back this week, which will be a big lift to their offense. With Tua, they started off 3-0 with wins over the Patriots, Ravens, and Bills. All three are playoff teams. Steelers defense is 31st against the pass and 18th against the run, so I expect the Dolphins to use Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in a big way. On the flip side, the Dolphins D does rank 27th against the pass, but they do rank 11th against the run. Kenny Pickett was a full participant in practice yesterday, so it looks like he'll start. He only has 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions on the year, with an average QBR of 37.2. So I don't expect him to be able to take over this game and beat this Dolphins team. Dolphins defense did play well last week against the Vikings, only giving up 156 yards passing with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson at wide receiver for the Vikings. I think the whole Dolphins team is going to get a big boost by having Tua back, and so take them -7 at home on Sunday Night Football.
Okay. And what's your next one? You got Falcons at Bengals.
Yeah, we got Falcons at the Bengals. We're taking the over 47.5 at -110. So the Falcons rank top 10 in both pass and rush yards per play. They do focus more on the run, so they should have some success against the Bengals team that ranks 21st against the rush. Bengals did give up 155 yards on the ground 2 weeks ago against the Ravens, and then 228 yards last week against the Saints. So I expect the Falcons to have some success on the ground there. On the flip side, you have a Bengals offense that's getting better every week. Falcons defense does rank 9th against the rush, but they are dead last against the pass. They're also dead last in sack rate. So the Bengals will actually be able to protect Joe Burrow and allow him to use those talented wide receivers.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the over 47.5.
Okay. All right. And then you got, what is this? Bengals, Ravens. Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, I got a little 2-team parlay here.
2-team parlay. Hey.
Yes, sir. So Falcons at the Bengals. We're going to take the Bengals on the money line. And then the Browns are at the Ravens. We're going to take the Ravens on the money line. Put those together, I got -111 odds. So right about what our normal bet is. So I talked about the Falcons-Bengals game a little bit earlier. The Falcons did upset the 49ers last week, but gave up 296 yards through the air. I expect the Bengals offense to just be too much for this Falcons team.
Okay.
And then for the Browns at the Ravens game, the Ravens did lose to the Giants last week, but the Ravens dominated the game statistically. Meanwhile, the Browns gave up 301 yards through the air last week to Bailey Zappi and gave over 200 yards on the ground the 2 weeks before that game. So I think Lamar Jackson in this offense will have some success against the Ravens. Browns do have the top rushing offense, but the Ravens rank 7th against the run, so they should be able to slow that down. Browns are still going to get theirs on the ground, but I don't think it'll be a game changer. And then I don't trust Jacoby Brissett to outplay Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, how many more games till we have creepy ass Deshaun Watson coming back? Is he 11 game suspension?
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of games.
A lot. Just and then Dwight Hopkins comes back this week from suspension. He released some video where he was like working out and he was like, yeah, it was him lifting weights. I was like, well, I just hope you're not on anything while you're lifting those there, bub. But we'll see what happens. And the Cardinals just picked up Robbie Anderson, who was about to punch his coach for the Panthers. He's now a Cardinal as well, so that'll be interesting to see. No, yeah, Browns shouldn't have any chance, but we've seen the Ravens lose some close games that they shouldn't be losing.
Mm-hmm.
And Falcons
are
tough.
We'll be a little sweat, but
what is it? And Falcons are tied for the lead in their division at 3-3, right? Aren't they 3-3 with the Bucks? But the Bucks hold the tiebreaker.
Falcons are also the only perfect team against the spread this
That's
year.
right.
Yep. Very
Yep.
true.
Fun little fact.
Yeah. They're 6-0 against the spread.
Yeah. That's nuts. So they're good. Like, if you've been riding the Falcons all week or all season, you're just like crushing it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just crushing it. That's like the only thing to say. They're just crushing it. Well, all right. Well, that's our bets. That was interesting. We got some good ones. We'll see. I hope you hit another big one, Mr. Schultz, because that's pretty badass. Like, that really is.
I know. I mean, like, we've always thought that, like, these long shots, like, we're going to hit every single week. Like, that. I pick 8 teams every week. And last week, it was 7 out of the 8 were right. You know?
Yeah.
So it just doesn't matter, like, if you get one wrong, like, on a parlay. So
yeah. Well, all right. Well, that's it for bets. So we're done with bets, you guys. Good job. I want to get into this topic. One more cheer for these guys. Mr. Goody and 2.0, man versus robot. Compulsive gambler versus nerd with a robot machine he built. Love you, bud. We need to talk about this article that... So I swear we were one of the first people to talk about this shit when it came out. About the chess match where this
Hold on. Did you only see this because I sent you the article?
No, I've known that this has been going on, but you sent me the article. But I mean, I was on Twitter today, but I'd already done the notes the day before, so I didn't put them in. But then I was like, all right, like I have to, because at first I was like, no, this can't really be real. And today there's been more people that are confirming that this is real, so that's where I was like, holy fucking shit. So we talked about this before. There is this chess prodigy Hans Niemann sues his rival for who he claimed he cheated.
An American.
Yeah, he claimed that his rival cheated using anal beads that would vibrate and would tell him like what move to make against this guy who was the #1 player in the world, hasn't lost for forever. This American dude was like, wait, is the American dude the #1 guy?
No, the American dude is the guy who allegedly cheated.
Yeah,
and is now suing everybody for defamation.
Yeah, Magnus Carlsen is the guy who is being sued, and the plaintiff is Hans Moke Niemann, and he's the #1 player in the world. Hadn't lost for forever. He lost this tournament. It was like early round in the tournament, then backed out. Didn't formally say that he thought that this guy Carlsen was cheating or not, and then over time said like, yeah, I think this guy's fucking cheating, and now he's filed a $100 million lawsuit against this guy, man. That's fucking wild. The young prodigy would further blemish his own multi-million-dollar brand by beating him again, Carlsen. Yeah, and then they were supposed to play again, and he like didn't show up. The guy made a move. He didn't make a move at all. Got up and left in like a boycott of playing him.
He played one single like move,
Yeah.
and then resigned, like out of protest. What did they have the anal beads? Like, I don't understand. Uh, it's like, how do you claim that somebody has anal beads and cheated without seeing the anal beads?
You'd have to know, like, you'd have to have like some inside info, like
No pun intended.
Yeah, like you'd have to like know, like, did he find him? Now this guy's been accused of cheating before, and the guy who is his coach, this Carlson guy's coach, is has been accused of cheating, has admitted to cheating before as well. So
This is the one thing that makes me a little bit nervous about this. He said that he's never cheated in person.
The lawsuit says Carlson's unprecedented actions, coupled with his unfounded accusations, sent shockwaves through the chess world and instantly thrust Neiman into the center of what is now widely reported as the single biggest chess scandal in history. That's wild. When your biggest scandal in history for your sport is anal beads, is like vibrating anal beads, Morse code shit. That's wild, dude. That's wild.
Can anybody on this fucking podcast say, like, why the fuck that's an advantage? Because it's like, who's telling you to do this move should be playing in the game, right? Like, it's not like what are they doing?
They were using a computer. Like, they were like plugging it into a computer, and then the computer told them like what move they should be making.
And then what? And
so
then
you'd have to have somebody
your butt vibrates.
Yeah, then you get the Morse code in your asshole, man. They're like, oh, I'm moving my rook. Like, that's what they're saying, man. They're saying this dude was getting Morse code through his butthole to beat the #1 chess player in the world. And you know what? If it comes out as true, that is so interesting and such a bold fucking move that honestly, like, I'm not like, you get credit just for trying to do it. Like, just for pulling up. That's such a stretch. You're going so far to cheat.
Just give it to him. Yeah, it's a stretch of your butthole.
Yeah, you just got to give it to him. Yeah, and it's $100 million.
That's what the guy. So, am I wrong that it's the person who's accused of putting the shit in his ass is the one who's suing? I thought.
No. The guy who lost. The guy who lost to the guy with the butthole beads is now suing him for cheating. He's suing him for $100 million because he's like, he cheated and he put beads in his ass, and that guy's like, I didn't do it.
I thought it was the guy with the beads in his ass who was suing everybody else for saying that he had beads in his ass.
Yeah, I mean, now I will say I didn't know that like that's really like kind of progressive by the chess community, and like the use of anal beads to cheat and stuff. That's a big deal, man. Like, I gotta say, they're like leading the forefront in a lot of ways, so that's like shout out chess grandmasters, dude. But that's
maybe Tom Brady needs to, like, get some beads up his fucking ass.
Dude, that's such a stretch, like, and no pun intended. That's so crazy. That's such a diabolical way to try to cheat in chess. Like, that's so far. Like, you're going like the extra mile.
Bill Belichick stuff.
No, dude, that'd be like Bill Belichick taping somebody else's special team practices with a camera in his asshole. That's what that would be. That's wild. That dude put something up his butt.
Are we sure that hasn't happened?
I don't think that's happened. I like to think that, Patriots Deflategate. This is beyond Deflategate. This is Penetrategate, dude. That's what this is. This is Penetrategate, if you want to be honest.
I had a good line.
Maybe
it was.
That's what that is. That's what this is. This is Penetrategate because he penetrated his butt with anal beads to use Morse code to cheat. That's such.
Did you steal that from me? Did you steal that from me? Because I had a good one when we first talked about this.
No, I don't think so. But that's man, that's some nasty. No, dude,
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
No, dude, but that's some nasty.
Wash your hands.
That's some nasty, like, Ocean's 11 shit, dude. That's like Ocean 69. Like, put this up your butt and like go cheat in Chinese checkers. Like, that's. I'll give you all the moves through a remote, like, just sitting there.
Why are you bringing the Chinese? And
see, but I imagine this guy sitting in like the gallery, like with a remote, and he's like, zzz, 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 like buzzing it. Because I mean, there'd have to be somebody else. Somebody else is involved. You'd have to have somebody who's relaying like the moves.
Yeah, obviously.
So maybe they have like a phone and they're plugging in what move that person made, and then it's telling him, and as a response, it's sending a message up his ass to tell him what he's supposed to do.
Why isn't that person the one who's playing the fucking game? That's what I don't get.
I don't know. I'd rather be the controller than have some beads on my butt.
Obviously, you would rather be that, but I'm just saying, if you know what the move is as a person, then you should be playing the fucking game. But what 2.0 was saying, because he's 2.0 and he's got the fucking algorithm,
dude,
he's saying like maybe it's like a computer.
My buddy Troy in the chat saying like, what about if the Astros were doing something like that now to cheat rather than banging on trash cans? They're getting, how many people are cheating with anal beads? Now there's like a whole conspiracy. This can't be the first guy who's thought of it. If he is, he's a genius, and like we should give him some medal. Like, look, man, you can't play chess anymore, but like, touche, that was kind of badass. Like, we'll let it slide, dude. That was cool as fuck. Give him like
a media job.
That was cool as fuck. We'll leave it be. But now, like, this is not the first person to cheat with something up their ass. I don't believe that. Maybe a spelling bee, something like that, where it's like easy and you could just like buzz them. Spell raspberry, and you're like, don't forget the P. There's a P. It's raspberry. Don't forget the P, dude. And you're like, I'm like, oh, P, RISP, right? Maybe that's possible.
There's a 100% that Altuve has anal beads in his ass right now,
and it's just like getting like, it's a sinker on the way.
And it's not. It doesn't even work anymore. He just
three quick pulses and a wiggle. That's a slider, dude. That's coming. I know.
But it ran out of batteries, but he just like, it's like a good luck charm now. He's like, I gotta keep it in my ass.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, man, it's possible. Now I'm curious who else has cheated throughout history with the anal beads, because up until this point they've gotten away with it. I've never heard of anything like this before. So there's people who are walking around like, ha, ha, ha. It's like people who used to like cut hot checks and like got away with it, bought like a house and a car. There's a whole generation of boomers walking around like they have some wealth now, but half of their shit's stolen because they had like fake credit cards and you couldn't catch them, or they were writing hot checks and they didn't know what to do and they were trying to figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't only like the catch me if you can fucker. There's a lot of other motherfuckers. There's a lot of other motherfuckers doing it who never got caught. There's a lot of people shoving stuff up their ass to cheat and they haven't gotten caught. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but they weren't depicted as Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie.
Yeah, but he could play him. He's got his range as an actor is incredible. So I wouldn't. He could play.
Fantastic.
He could play a chess master with beads up his ass. This is a movie, dude. If this is real, this is a movie.
It's 100% a movie.
This is a fucking movie. This is gonna be nuts.
What if you had like anal beads right now and you're selling it so hard? Like,
I don't know what I'd be like. Why I'd need it right now. To what, you know?
It get you off of colored people.
But like if I was gonna be cheating on a test and I had the answers, like, bzz, 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 you know what I'm saying? Let's go. That's the new wave. That's what these kids are doing, supposedly. Beads up the butt. Beads up the butt. Dude. Beads up the butt, dude. That's your boy, Joe. That's your boy 2.0, dude. You better come get your boy.
No.
You got your boys out here, dude. Yeah, your boys are out here, dude, with beats. Dude, that's so ludicrous.
Beats in the
and then
dude.
$100 million. So that means like he's got to have he thinks he has some sort of evidence. Like this is gonna be on court TV for like days. Like this is huge.
Nancy Grace is gonna be like, these are the beads that are in his butt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She'd be like, Magnus Carlsen, checkmate. Anal beads, like a grandma. It's gonna be some weird shit. It's gonna be some wild, like super punny. There's gonna be tons of great butt puns, chest puns, bishop puns. You can make a bishop butt joke. Like there's so much range. You literally have like a whole black team and a whole white team and a bunch of squares worth of just bullshit that you can make fun of and asses. You can do too much with it. Rook showed his ass in court today. The defense really stepped up and took his night on G17. They're like, yeah, you're right, Nancy. Your hair never moves. Because I'm telling you, bro, Nancy Grace's hair, it looks like Magneto's helmet. It just like kind of comes down and just sits. And you remember X-Men, Magneto's helmet kind of sits and there's no padding. It's kind of like free floating and shit. So I'm telling you, man, next time you look at Nancy Grace, it like fits. It's like, it's just so weird and it never moves. So when she turns her head, it's like, it's stiff, dude. I think it clips on like a Lego head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. It's like, be like checkmate, but like, be like penetrate.
Yeah. Checkmate. We have pictures.
Penetrate, mate.
Yeah. Checkmate, more like penetrate. We have the pictures, Nancy. I'm here live in Pasadena, California. Carlson took the stand and was absolutely obliterated.
He just like threw shit out.
Yeah.
I can't get it out of my ass.
Yeah. He had bishops coming at him from every angle, Nancy. There was no way he was gonna.
What if he's a sympathetic character now, and he's like can't get the beads out of his ass?
Well, I don't know how you come back from that.
But it won't stop vibrating. So he doesn't know. He's like, I'm not even playing right now. He's like,
because you know what's gonna be weird is if this trial starts and they're like, all right, like the plaintiff is like, we have 17 pieces of evidence we're gonna introduce. I'd be like, oh fuck, like this is gonna be wild. Because anal bead, that's like maybe one, maybe two. I mean, how many? You only really need one if it's gonna vibrate and you're using Morse code. You don't need to put like 4 up there. So that's like 2, maybe a remote and the anal bead.
I was thinking
and a
like
computer,
4.
that's 3. So there'd be like 16 other random fucking things, like the text message conversations. Imagine the text message conversations that could pop up where they're discussing putting beads up his ass and using Morse code to cheat the #1 chess player in the world. Because you assume that like chess players are high class. I'm not meaning to be stuck on this topic, but goddamn.
No. But it's like you got to be a rich motherfucker to be like a professional chess player.
Yeah,
you know,
like, that takes time.
Just for you to even have like time to do that.
Yeah,
like
well, I day traded for about 5 minutes, and obviously I just made, as they say, how does 2 Chainz say, racks on racks. So I did that. Then I sat down and I went and I have a grandmaster who teaches me how to play chess. My father used to play, and I really admired his skill on the table, and he always talked about how good my grandfather was. And with my downtime, I thought, why not pick up the family tradition, right? Always been a family man, and maybe I can pass this down to my son as well. So what do you do? Oh, you drive for Uber. That's adorable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're gonna find the anal beads if they exist.
Watch is just gonna be like some shitty. It's gonna be.
And like.
Watch, it's gonna be some shitty, like, fucking, they're gonna have, like, a receipt from Adam and Eve where you use promo code checkmate or some bullshit, like, something stupid as fuck like that, and got half off. It was some, like, stupid paper trail where it just exists, like, you know what I'm saying, or it was some custom shit he bought off Etsy that, like, was shaped like a chess piece, like a queen or something, like a king, and he put it up there. He's like, it's my good luck anal bead. How many? If you've done that once, you've done that. That this can't be the first time, dude. You've tried this. You've like tested this. You have to test that. There's not like a.
Who is the person who found out that he did this?
Somebody had to rat him out, or like caught him. Like I walked into the bathroom. There was 2 dudes in the handicap stall. Like a shit ton of Crisco. This guy had gloves on. It was weird.
Shit ton.
Yeah. And then I left, and there was this Adam and Eve box just sitting in the fucking trash can. They left the receipt right on top. It has his name.
Adam and Eve. What does Adam and Eve have to do with it?
Well, that's just like the yeah. Well, you can buy like sex toys online on AdamandEve.com. So it's just.
I always thought that Adam and Eve was like, it's how you. It was like what's that one?
Miss Cleo.
No, like Ashley Madison.
Oh no, Ashley.
Like where you like cheat on like somebody.
You married but want to fuck somebody else that's married? Just give us your email and sign up for our subscription. We also have we have coupons.
Flawless.
Sign up for our premium membership and get coupons to resorts that we have deals worked out with on the low, right? 100% discreet until somebody cracks our shitty firewall and steals all of our information and pastes it all over the internet, and thousands upon thousands of relationships and marriages are ruined.
Just for this week, anal beads up the ass that will vibrate while you play chess.
AshleyMadison.com. We play chess too.
They need to start paying us, dude.
They should. Ashley Madison, hit me a promo code old man. That's right, promo code old man at ashleymadison.com. Get 10% off and a free bottle of lube.
It's already a promo.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it totally is. All right, well, just real quick, I'm right now all my teams I have not in the playoffs are in the playoffs. I still stand by the Bucks not making it at some point. Fuck the Niners, fuck the Cowboys, and fuck the Chargers. Thoughts?
Well, also, what about the Bucks?
Well, the Bucks are tied for first. I mean, they could win the division, but no one's getting a wild card out of that division from what it looks like. Right now, it looks like both wild cards are coming out of the NFC East, and then it's just a bunch of winners. And yeah, it's Troy. Herbert's good, but they're just so banged up all the time, man. I just don't trust the Chargers to stay healthy long term. And the Chiefs are obviously a head and shoulders the class of the division, so they might not get a wild card either. They could, but they might not. It's really a lot of teams have played.
No, Bills. Of the division.
Of the division compared to the Chiefs. So I mean, like,
I thought you were saying.
No, not of the conference. But I think that there's a lot of teams that we thought would be better that are underperforming in the conference, and that has a lot to do with why some of these teams are still in the playoffs. Because like besides that really shitty call, the Bucks could be 2 and 4, and be the Falcons could have a game lead if they don't have that really shitty roughing the passer call against them when they're taking over that game. The Bucks have been winning games by the skin of their fucking teeth. And when Atlanta's gone out there, even when they've lost, they've been punching people in the mouth. Other than the first game of the year against the Cowboys, I haven't really seen the Bucks punch anybody in the mouth like that.
Did you ever think that you would start a sports podcast in the same year that the Eagles go undefeated and win the Super Bowl?
No, but that's just kind of how that shit works. That's just how life works. Like whenever I remember, and we'll get sad real quick. But I remember whenever there was a year where I made a decision and I like ended this really long-term relationship. It was super rough. I was living up in Denver. Joe remembers all these times, and it was like really shitty. And I did that in like December, like right around Christmas, New Year's. And then that year, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And when they won the Super Bowl, I was like, this literally has justified every single decision I've ever made in my entire life. I'm glad I ended that relationship because there's a universe where I stayed in it and the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl, and it was like super awful. But
yeah, but you also like.
So I started this podcast, so maybe we win the Super Bowl because I started this podcast and I get to do my thing for a year.
Didn't you place a bet on the Eagles?
True, but I didn't think they were gonna win. I just placed it because I was in Vegas.
So you had to quietly fly out to Vegas to go collect.
Yeah, let's go, son. Give me that.
How much money? Was it like 15,000, 20,000?
It was 25.
25,000. That's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't sure.
Let's go. Shout out. No, I mean, I think the Eagles are playing good. They haven't played their best game yet, so we'll see what happens long term. But I'm not like a big person like who's like, oh, I gotta wear the same pants or I gotta do the same routine or I have to wear.
Keep the anal beads in your butt.
Yeah, I gotta keep the beads in my butt to vibrate to make sure that whenever there's a first down, old Jerry over there, he presses the button and gives me a little tickle, and that's when it's like, it's go time, baby, first down.
Well, this is the way I think about it. It's like we've racked up 6 wins. So I feel like that, like, I'm just happy that they're going to go to the playoffs. Like, and
it looks like barring a big collapse, we are favored in all of our games the rest of the season. Our biggest game that we have, like team where you're like, ooh, that might be kind of close, would be the Packers game against, of course, the Cowboys a game, and we still have to play the Giants twice. So we do have some more divisional games coming up, but our outside of the division conference schedule doesn't look too rough. And like I said, I think we match up well against the Giants if we have to play the Giants. I like our skill position players on the outside, like I've said the whole entire time. There's this crazy stat where if you snap the ball and spike it on the first play of the game, you go under center and you spike the ball, your QBR, your quarterback rating for that one play is a 39. 39. Right now, the QBR that they're giving up between our two corners right now is like 26. you have a better chance of spiking the ball under center than you do throwing towards them. They've both given up less than 200 yards in total receiving apiece. They're actually like below 150 all season in 6 games. Darius Slay and Bradbury.
And how long has it been for us to have corners like this?
Well, yeah, it's been a while. You know, we had Bobby Taylor, Troy Vincent. Then we just had Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown. We had Lito. They were there with us for a while. We traded for Asante, but we used to be really good at drafting corners.
I know,
there was a period of time.
Asante has a kid in the league now. Like that's so weird.
Yeah, since we've had like top flight corners, it's been a really long time. So it's nice to see. We just need to keep blitzing and get after the fucking quarterback because like sit back bullshit really pisses me off.
I mean too, but I mean especially because we have the secondary to back it up if like we don't get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So let's go after it and then let Bradbury and Slay like just do what they do.
Yeah. Well, we got about 10 minutes left. Are you guys excited about the NBA at all? I have it on the list just so you guys pumped about the NBA. I know it just started. Luka went off even though the Mavs lost yesterday. I'm a big Celtics fan. Get over it. Celtics ended up winning too. What are you guys excited? Also, the Warriors beat the shit out of the Lakers. The Lakers look like trash.
Who did the Celtics beat?
Who did we beat? The 76ers, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Philly.
Yeah.
I saw this like meme and it was the Philly Fanatic. I forget what the name of the 2 other mascots are, and it was like Wheel of Fortune, and it had Philadelphia up there, except for it didn't have any of the L's, and I was like, and they were all confused because they don't take any L's, but then the Sixers fucking lost. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. We'll see. We got because at some point, whenever football ends, we're gonna have to transition. We're gonna have to do NBA playoffs. We're gonna have to do a bunch of other stuff.
Are you gonna have to change the name?
No, I'll just keep it the same. I don't give a fuck. Angry Black, what? Goaltender. Then I have to have too many different ones. That's too many topics. If
just call yourself the Angry
if enough
Black.
of you guys go to ashleymadison.com and put in promo code Rook, and donate to the podcast.
No, promo code Angry Black.
Promo code Angry. Go to adamandeve.com and put in promo code Angry Black. Get 50% off on all extra large items.
Especially if you're in South Dakota.
Yeah, especially if you're in South Dakota.
Because Angry Black goes up really well, really, really well there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, all right. Well, I think that's gonna be it, you guys. Because I mean, yeah, NBA's coming up, but we'll see. We got some big shit going on. Angry Black anal beads. Now with the new turbo setting, take it up a notch in the bedroom or at the chess table.
Angry Black anal beads.
Yeah.
I'll be the first purchase.
Yeah, the first purchase. You heard it here first, guy. Their washing machines.
Only if they vibrate.
Yeah, and their washing machine safe, 100% waterproof, sand proof. So take them to the beach, take them outside, take them to the campsite, you guys. They're good for anything.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good for the beach, good for home, good for the chess tables at the park.
The beach?
Yeah.
No, you don't want sand up in your anal beads.
Well, that's why. Well, you don't want it to get in, but maybe you
gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, but they're washing machine safe and they're shock proof. Definitely shock proof.
And it will help you beat the biggest
chess
player.
and play like a chess master. Comes fully programmed with 8 different strategies. So think about that.
Hell yeah.
USB port too, so you can download more. Obviously, you got to subscribe. It's a subscription, guys. Come on, we can't just we're giving shit away at this point.
Tell Callaway.
Dude, that's
Callaway, sponsor your boys.
$100 million lawsuit for butt cheating at chess.
It's so funny.
I have to ask my dad. Shout out to my dad. He turned 79 on Monday. So shout out the OG Old Man Huggie, also 2.0's grandpa, turned 79.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that his grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the dude, man. My dad's the shit, but he just turned 79. So shout out him. And Dad, if you're watching, sorry, we're talking about anal beads, but this is news. And you taught me how to play chess. And if you were cheating, I have accusations. No, that's such a ludicrous accusation. That's just mind blowing. And then to go file that paperwork and be like, go to the county clerk. Like, I'm trying to file a lawsuit.
Well, our Cardinals.
Have you filled out all the necessary paperwork? Oh, yes, ma'am. I definitely have.
Cardinals have put up 2 quick touchdowns here before the half.
Well, their offense is tough, and their offense is going to give fits. Now that you have D. Hollywood Brown, you have Robbie Anderson, who's super fucking fast. You got Hopkins back.
Yeah, Hopkins rolling around with a stupid haircut.
Yeah, but it can't be as bad as Jimmy Butler, who's always got fake weaves and shit and dreads. It's pretty awesome, but it's funny.
I don't know.
You're not digging the weaves?
No, that's fine. But no, just Hopkins's hair is. It's okay, back. Okay.
I'm back.
We get it.
I'm back. Look at my haircut. Look at my haircut. That's how you know I'm back.
You have to wear a helmet. You realize that?
Yeah, but I could take it off on the sideline.
It was the defense who just picked us, and he was out there without a helmet on, just
running his mouth. Look at my hair. I'm back. That's how you know I'm back. This is the haircut. I said, I'll give me a haircut that makes it look like I'm back. Bam, $6,000. Look at my cleats. They got grimace on them, bitch. Why? Because I like fries. What's up?
I have the Saints on my long shot parlay, so hopefully they get their shit together here.
That's fair.
All right.
It's already started for you. Well, all right. We got Mr. 2.0, Mr. Schultz. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Another good one. We'll be back. We'll have you guys back next week. I'm sure I'll hear from you guys if y'all lose money. I know I will from Andy. I knew you hit one of those, man. I knew you fucking hit one. And I was like, I think he hit one of these motherfuckers when I was running through and we were talking about the upsets. I was like, oh, this piece of shit.
This piece of shit.
All right, y'all be good. Take it easy.
Better.
Deuces.
Well, that was the boys. So, another good show. Obviously, good times. NASCAR fight. Badass. I'm so pro NASCAR fight right now. Then we had a big, I mean, I can't get over it, man. This kerfluffle and these butt vibrating beads in this $100 million chess lawsuit. We're definitely doing updates on this. There's no, I am not. I'm so intrigued. And then the lawsuit got filed. Ugh, that means it's going to be public. That means we're going to get to see some sort of evidence. I hope this gets picked up. That was on LBC, so that's legit. Eagles won. Cowboys play this week. Dak will be back. We'll see how he does. You should beat that team since you talk about how bad we are and that the beating them doesn't count. But Eagles are 6-0 on a bye week, so I got the bye week blues, but I will survive. Get to watch a lot of football. Go to a great wedding of one of my friends, Elwood. Couldn't be on the show, moving. Love you, buddy. Shout out to my dad, 79th birthday. Most badass dude I know. Smartest guy I know. I love you a shit ton. You are my homie, Dad. You guys be good. Stay out of trouble. Number 7 down, number 8 next week. Oh, and don't forget, hit like, follow, subscribe, do whatever if you like it, even if you don't, whatever. If not, it's cool. I'm just having fun. You guys be good.